So let's start with a little bit about yourself, your background in education.
Sure. So I'm from Mexico. I'm from the state of Chihuahua, and I moved to the border between El Paso and Juarez when I was probably five, around five. And eventually I did my bachelor's at the University of Texas at El Paso, UTEP, and I continued my master's there on graphic design. The bachelor's was in graphic design and psychology. I started in psychology, but in 1997, with two of classmates, we proposed a project to a contest at Disney that is called Imagineering,
Hmm.
and it got accepted. And so that makes it formal. We got someone, one of their Imagineerings, to visit us and to talk about more of what was expected of our project and how to develop it. It was nice because they paid for everything. They sent us a budget
Oh, wow.
to develop a project. We did models and schematics, anything that you can think of. We were doing an attraction that it was balancing or parallel to Animal Kingdom. I don't know if you are familiar with Disney World. Have you ever been there, or you know any?
Yeah, I was there. I was a long time ago, but I've been there before. Yeah.
Okay, so if you were there, at least in the last 10 years, you saw some of the elements that we created close to Animal Kingdom. I don't know if you saw. I never been there, but some of my students have told me that there's a ride about the dinosaurs and dinosaur evolution.
Oh, yes.
That's our project.
Oh, wow.
So I never been there, but I heard that it's interesting. And we created also these vehicles. They're like dinosaur eggs. That was your transportation through the game.
Yeah.
Uh, and they told me that those are there, that those exist. Again, I haven't seen them. Anyways, so as you can imagine, I already developed that we won after preparing and developing all the material. And when I came back, um, I started taking graphic design classes. So because I was already 2 years and a half into my psychology degree, I decided to finish them both. And at first, doesn't seem like there's any connection between those two degrees, but eventually, the experience that I got from psychology has helped me through my professional career. I was concentrating on addiction, and that has given me a lot of language, material, and experience to talk to a lot of the nonprofit organizations that I work with. So it has helped my career in many ways. Right now, with a colleague, also at the School of Art, Dr. Orfila, we are doing workshops on animation making as therapy. And again, the experience in psychology is helping me make those connections, talk to people at that level, the level of research and the experience of working with human subjects.
Well, and I thought it was interesting when you said psychology was one of your programs because it's surprising, but I get a lot of questions from students interested in art, but they also say, well, I'm thinking psychology, or they're interested in psychology classes too. So and even some of our ambassadors who are current students take psychology courses as electives. So yeah, I think there is kind of a bridge there between the two. Um,
Yeah, my first job as a professional was with engineers and scientists, and I think again the tools that I got from that bachelor's degree helped me understand what they needed within the parameters of what research is. And again, now trying to outreach our project to other organizations. Again, understanding their lingo, the what research is with human subjects, I think that helped a lot. And yes, I will suggest to students to take a double major in an area that feels that it has nothing to do with your main purposes. Because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people take complementary minors, for example, which is good. I mean, that could probably give you some emphasis on your major. But when you take something that has nothing to do, you're just learning a whole different structure. And language and literature and all those things will just enrich your work, especially for artists. Sociology, history, anthropology. Um, we have a student that just graduated. She was taking as a double major in musicology and in graphic design.
Oh,
So that's
interesting.
a wonderful combination.